Welcome, welcome, welcome to another Psychic Saturday night. Come on, Georgie. Settle in, settle in. Hello, hello, hello. It is February the 8th. February the 8th already. What a powerful time this is. The light is increasing. And lots of stuff is happening all around the world. So we'll let the algorithm do its thing and let people jump on. And we're going to talk about that. Last week, I made a comment about Sunday being a heavy day. And I thought it was a Super Bowl Sunday. It's not. This Sunday, tomorrow, is Super Bowl Sunday. And that's a day when we need to shine and spread as much light as possible on this planet. Yeah. Super Bowl. So, that being said, welcome, welcome, welcome. Welcome to everyone. I'm going to do a quick little bit of some definitely want to do a little housekeeping here. All right. So there's a page you can go to on Google. It is Merlin's Divine Warrior Boot Camp. And there's another one, Merlin's Spiritual Academy. Academy for Spiritual Alchemy. That's where you got to go. If you get a chance and you're interested, I'm going to do a draw for all the reviews that people post for me over the next couple of weeks anyway, until at least the 14th, we'll say. We'll do it to the end of the month, right till the end of the month. Every review that gets posted for me on Google Reviews through either the Divine Warrior Boot Camp, Merlin's Divine Warrior Boot Camp, or Merlin's Spiritual Academy, for Spiritual Alchemy, I'm going to throw your name into a draw. I'm giving away a 3-card reading for anybody whose name I draw from the reviews that they leave on Google Review. So if you're interested in winning a 3-card reading, put your review, what you think of me, on Google, and be nice. Anyway, it's all good. It's going to be great. It's going to be great. So yeah, I'm giving away that 3-card reading. And of course, housekeeping says, got to go to Google Review, leave a review, and then your name gets put into the draw. So awesome. Thank you so much for joining me. Thank you, everyone. What an amazing time this is. Absolutely. And I am super stoked about how this year is already unfolding for people. Lots of energy stuff going on, lots of transformations already beginning, lots of extremely powerful, and I mean powerful, shedding of skin. That's what we need, right? We need to let go of all the stuff that doesn't serve us, all the stuff that's weighing us down, all the stuff that's restricting us and keeping us confined. It's gotta go. It's gotta go. So we started this particular live with beautiful smudge, so we can let go of any of the energies of the day that do not serve me here this evening. So yeah, we're not going to get into the whole nitty gritty of it all, but Super Bowl Sunday, this whole year, this entire time from the beginning of January right through until the very end of April is a time for certain people who practice not so nice things to really push hard at practicing those not so nice things. And this is known to a lot of people as, especially in the occult world anyway, as the season of sacrifice, for good reason. On the other side of the world, of course, they're heading into winter and they're heading into Samhain time. And here on this side, of course, we have this time where we are working our light and waxing to a higher degree of light. There's also a lot of stuff that needs to counterbalance that. So shine your light bright from now until the end of April, and as bright as you can possibly get it, because this is the time when all those nefarious acts are taking place. And we need to light those darknesses up so that people can see what's really going on and so that we can become aware of what we need to do in order to save this planet. Because we are here to save the planet, everybody. I keep saying it. We're here to save ourselves and this planet. Ain't nobody coming to save us. Yeah, you're going to find that there's going to be stuff with, off-planetary experiences coming in and off-planetary beings coming in and all that stuff is great. And it's true, it's real, it's happening. But I know this is going to sound really kooky. Remember back in the Star Trek days when they talked about there was like rules of engagement and how there was something called the Prime Directive and you weren't allowed to interfere in a planet's evolution, right? In a planet's development. You weren't allowed to interfere. There was this agreement, these rules of engagement that said that, nope, you're a fledgling planet. We're going to leave you be until you reach a certain state. And then of course we can sort of engage with you. In the meantime, we're still in that fledgling state and we are working our way into that beautiful place where we can have complete interaction and complete engagement with those off-planet experiences. But in the meantime, we're not there yet. We're not there yet. We have to get ourselves to that space so that we can actually hold enough light and frequencies to actually be able to open those windows, those doors, and those portals and stargates so that we can actually engage with that. Those off-planet beings rather, in a whole different way than we have now. Right now, it's just here in our minds that we engage with them. We're not seeing too much physically yet. It hasn't been shown to you yet. Okay. There's a lot of physical stuff out here. There's a lot of beings on this planet that aren't like us, not like us at all. And they're walking around, they're hanging out and breathing our air, kind of. Anyway, yeah. So they're here, but we won't see it. Right now, it's all going to be here for us until we get to a place where mass frequencies can hold that kind of awareness and that, that kind of revelation. Because a lot of people do well with that. But again, I've said it for a long time. We've been red pilled, right? We have been, people wait for soft disclosure. They wait for disclosure of any kind of, that aliens are real and all that stuff. And this is just entertainment purposes only. But there's a lot of stuff throughout lots of years that goes to show that we've been engaging for a really long time. Look up Valiant Thor. I've talked about him before. Yeah, lots of stuff going on around the world. Lots of distractions happening. Like I said about the Super Bowl, there's another one. Wink, nudge, nudge. Just know there's more happening than just a football game. And that's why we need to really shine our lights bright. So that being said, this week, being as powerful as it is for these experiences, yeah, bring one on camera. I don't even know. Anyway, okay. Lost my train here. It's all good. It's all good. Everything is good. Okay. So we need to keep an eye on, we need to keep an eye on ourselves, our light and how we're shining it bright and everything, but don't be too distracted by what's going on around you. And I know football is fun to watch and all that stuff, but if you can, take a few moments and just give thanks that you're in the space you're in, and that as we are moving through this time, that there is a lot for us to celebrate. There's a lot for us to celebrate. So, yeah, the 8th of February. Moving into February 14th, next Friday. That this whole month brings a lot of love energy. Of course, there's a big focus on love, so that's a generated energy, and it's really excellent that we have that, because with the whole stuff that's going on otherwise, it's a nice offset. It's a nice offset. But again, do some research. February 14th, Valentine's Day experience is a lot more than just sending Valentines to one another and giving boxes of candy and flowers. So yeah. I'm all about the truth. And I'm not a doomsdayer, people. I'm not a Debbie Downer. Not a Brenda Boom Doom. Not doing that. What I'm doing is helping people become enlightened, because, the truth will set you free. And the faster we learn the truth of everything, the faster we are freer from the lies that have been told and that we've been living by. So all of this stuff matters. This all matters very, very much to our experience here on the planet every single day. Every single day. It matters. So we're going to do some cards again this week, but this week also we're going to do and pull a card from a different deck. This deck has been calling to me for a little bit now. I have another deck I want to really work with, and depending on how many people, respond to that, it might even be something I actually offer as part of a special read. I don't really know, but anyway, so we'll see. But this deck is going to give us a wonderful read, a wonderful card at the end of our traditional read. Okay, so what else do I want to talk about? Yeah, head into a full moon energy, right? That full moon energy is coming up, and if I'm not mistaken, it actually happens this week, is it? It's hard to keep track half the time. Yeah, on the 12th. So Wednesday at 8:53 a.m. Eastern Time, the moon is going to peak. This is the quickening moon. The February full moon highlights sharp shards of ice. And so we need to be aware of that. The dark month of February can make us feel like we're on hold, waiting out the darkness before the return of the sun. We know that's not actually it, right? We feel really good this February. Really, really good. Things are really bright and cheerful. And even though there's all that kind of other stuff going on, our lights are bright. So many of us have been doing so much work on ourselves over the last few years that our lights are extremely bright now. And there's no stopping that shine. There's no stopping that. There's no dimming that down when it really starts to flow from you. So do things tomorrow that bring you joy. Do things that help you feel happy. Do things that you want to celebrate with, and bring that light to its fullest brightness and shine it all around the world, shine it across the world, shine it as much as you can for as long as possible. Because that's what that's all about. That is exactly what that's all about. So this week, we're going to do, hey, everybody. It's nice to see all of you here. Shuffle the cards, and we're going to do yet another mind, body, and spirit. Anything else? Nope, just mind, body, and spirit this week, and the eyes eyes of the oracle, eyes of the soul oracle, rather. Okay, so mind, body, and spirit, because a lot of people are going through a lot of stuff still, and this year is all about still a lot of energy for transformation, transmutation, letting go, all of that stuff, right? Release, and renewing. We're going to pull 3 cards and see what this week is going to bring for us in that respect. Transformation and all that stuff. Okay. These cards are... So somebody was saying the other day that they love my other cards, and these ones are a little more worn than those ones are for sure. Okay, I want to talk about that. Spirit says, let's talk about this. This 10 of Cups card, see that 10 of Cups card? And this beautiful Tower. That's an interesting combination. This card is screaming dedication to love. A lot of readers will call this the marriage card. They'll look at that card and go, oh, somebody's getting married. Yeah, you know what? This card to me is actually more about dedication to love, to yourself, and to that commitment that you make to love. That's what this card is about. Amidst what? The breakdown of everything. The Tower card is a card that represents all of the structures in your life. Everything that had any kind of foundation to it is gone. There's no structure to it anymore. It's all breaking down around you. You've got to dedicate yourself to loving you no matter what you see going on around you. The chaos that is our world right now doesn't matter. Stay dedicated to love, and everything is going to work out beautifully for all of us as long as we remember that and continue to do that. All right. Mind, body, and spirit. Mind, body, spirit. This 4 of Wands in the mind space. Here, this card is about surrendering to your role. To me, in my experience, this card is about surrendering to your role. I know they're backwards. Surrendering to your role. What's your role? Your role is to come here, clear the darkness out, and shine your light bright. In whatever capacity you can be the example of it. Your mission is to do the light part, the whole bringing the light part in. But your role is to show others how to do that, to be the example, to be that beautiful expression of what it looks like to do the exact work that we're talking about. This card is about surrendering to your role, just absolutely giving over to this experience, especially here. You've got to allow yourself in your mind to be willing to do the transformation stuff, to do it. It's not easy. It's frightening. It can be very scary to do the shadow work. That's why they call it that. It's not easy to go into the shadow and to see what's there. But we all must do it, right? And in our mind, especially, this card in particular is really important for us, because what is it teaching us? What is it helping us to do? Just let go. Just let go and let spirit take over. Let creator come in. Let God, source, force, whatever you want to call it, assist you, because that's what you're here for, to surrender to your role, to accept the challenge. Move on, move forward. 4 is a really powerful card because it is a card of, or a number of completion rather. It's a number that gives you all of the elements that you need. And then you bring the spirit in. So it's a wonderful card. 10 of Wands, mind, body, and spirit. So body here, the 10 of Wands. See this card here? 10 of Wands is a card that often readers will say is a card of overwhelm, that you're just totally overwhelmed with everything. You've got way too much going on here and too much to accomplish your goal, way too much happening in order to accomplish your goal. And you try to get to your goal, which is, of course, to receive and retrieve the golden place, but you can't. But this is actually a card of, it's like the prison of our own making, because she can break out of there anytime she wants. She's put herself in there as a sort of reprieve in a kind of way, which is kind of interesting when you think about it. But oftentimes we'll do that. We'll take on so much in our head that eventually you just have to let it all go. You just have to. You have to just sit down for a minute, think about things, and then just let everything go. Break free from the mental confines. So the body, don't take on too much. Don't do too much of an exerting engagement. Don't overexert yourself, rather, is what I should say. Don't take on too much. Don't shovel too much snow if you're here in Ontario, for God's sakes. It's terrible. And I know none of us can really help it, but that kind of thing. Don't take on too much physically for yourself. And because that can be stressful. Right? It can be all about stress. It can actually bring you to a place of mental stress where the body starts to respond to that stress here and then here. So remember that. Spirit. You just can't make this stuff up. So what is it that Brenda always says about the night cards? Those are her cards for spirit. That's where spirit comes in and says, hey, this is me. I'm here. You can jump on my back. I will carry you to where you got to go. I'm sure-footed. I'm strong. I'm reliable. I'm dependable. I know where I'm going. I know how to get us to where we need to be. This is your spirit card, the Knight of Pentacles. The Knight of Pentacles is a card that says, spirit says you can depend on us. You just call on us. We're here for you. You can depend on spirit. And you truly can. Just like with horses, you can depend on them. They'll be there for you. They're true friends, true partners, true companions. Same with spirit. No matter where you are or what you're doing, call on spirit and they'll be there for you. And they'll always guide you home. They'll always lead you home in the right way. And you can gain strength from that. You can feel comfort from that. It's a really amazing time, really amazing experience to have with spirit. The Knight of Pentacles is about reliability and dependability as well. And of course, in the material world, we need to be able to co-partner with spirit. That's what this card is telling you. Co-partner with spirit. You can't go wrong. You really can't. How can we possibly go wrong? If you've ever had any experience with horses, you can count on them. Absolutely. So this card in particular is very, very strong for spirit coming forward to say, depend on us. You're going to challenge, you're being challenged, right? To get in your mind and to surrender to the role that you're here to play and perform. Don't take on too much, but if you happen to take on too much, remember that taking on too much here will produce results here. And your body will say, hey, we don't want that. Stress, stress, stress. So don't go there. Give it over to spirit. Give it over to spirit. Give it over to spirit. Pray. Prayer is an incredibly powerful practice. Prayer secures you in connection with Creator, Source, God, Force, whatever you want to call that. Prayer engages you with Creator, right? But it actually provides you with complete protection while you're in that space. Every time. You're impenetrable. Absolutely. Can't be touched. Prayer is a wonderful practice. A couple of times a day. It doesn't have to be long. It doesn't have to be elaborate. It just has to be simple and pure from the heart. That's all Creator needs is love. Love back, because that's where you're going, right? That's all about the love. It's where you come from. It's what you want to send home. So be in that love space. Even just something as simple as, gee, God, I love you. Or thank you, Creator. I'm so grateful for you. And for me too. You know, my prayer at night, here, that you want to talk about simple. It's so silly, but I've said it for years. Thank you, God, for the day I've had. Thanks for all the joys and sads. Thanks for all the ups and all the downs too. Thank you for me and thank you for you. Yeah. So you know what? And Creator chuckles every time, but I'm giving thanks. I'm giving Creator that moment of connection, and I'm giving myself that moment of connection. And in that moment of connection and prayer and even lighthearted, easy prayer, I'm protected. I'm surrounded in love. Feel energies around me like angels and guides and loved ones, you know, and Creator. Especially when you do, if you do your connection to Creator like you're supposed to be. I taught you all how to do it. Some of you know. Get busy doing it once, twice, at least 3 times a day if you can, but definitely once a day. So prayer, 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 lots of prayer. Pray for all the people in the world who need light, especially right now. Pray that the light is increased, you know, unlimited amounts and exponentially. Pray, pray, pray. And then take some time to listen. So meditation is how we listen, right? Pray is when you're talking to God, Source, Force, Creator. Meditation is when you're listening for answers. When you've asked for things and you're waiting for a response, that's meditation. You don't have to do long periods of that either. Some people do, and that's great. An hour, 2 hours, 3 hours a day, some people do. I can't do that. I don't have that kind of attention span, quite frankly. I do short spurts of meditation. And you know, there's lots of people who believe that even, you know, 24 minutes a day, if God gives you 24 hours, you can give them back 1 minute for every hour. So 24 minutes a day is even sufficient. Teachings of Abraham will tell you 15 to 20 minutes of quiet time in your mind or just allowing yourself to be is also sufficient. So whatever suits you, whatever serves you, whatever feels good for you, whatever you're comfortable with, whatever's easy for you, do it. Because if it's hard for you to do it, you're not going to do it. And why would you just not do something just because it's challenging if you could make it easy for yourself and start that way? I highly recommend prayer and meditation. Absolutely. And finally, just conscious visualization, taking a moment to connect to yourself, to Creator, to Source, and then visualize this planet full of love and light. Just surrounded by waves of beautiful soft pink light, which would be love, soft green light, which is healing, whatever suits you, whatever comes to you, whatever you want, doesn't matter. Just send it out with pure intention and love in your heart. That's all that matters. That's all that matters, because that becomes the physical matter that you're sending to others. That's what they receive in energetic form. This whole world needs lots and lots of light. So, all right, before I pull the brick, should I pull the brick first? Yeah, we're going to pull the brick first for the mind, body, spirit. Remember, mind is surrender to your rule. Just give over. Quit fighting yourself. Just go ahead and just be. Step into who you really truly want to be, who you've been wanting to become. Go ahead, but put your mind there first. That's the first step. Surrender to the role you're here. You're not here for anybody but you. You and Source. I know that sounds selfish, but you know what? Here's something you got to know. At the end of the day, and I don't mean today, I mean at the end of everybody's day, when we all go home, everybody has to account for themselves. You can list off all the stuff you did for all kinds of other people. But if you didn't do enough and equal amounts for yourself and then some, Judgment Day is going to be really, really challenging for you to recognize, because Judgment Day is about whether you measured up or whether you fell short. It's not about whether you were right or wrong or incorrect or correct, or whether you treated that person nice or you didn't in that way. It's literally about, did you measure up to what you wanted to do? Did you experience love? Did you share love? Did you spread love? Did you really make it a better place to live, or didn't you? That's what Judgment Day is all about. So at the end of it, it doesn't really matter all the stuff you did for everybody else. So start with you first, because that's what counts. Because that's what Creator and Source, God, Force sent you here to do. The work for you, which is really for Creator. It's really for the Force and the Source that sent you here, so it can experience your life through your eyes, your experience, your engagement. Sometimes we get overwhelmed. Don't let yourself get overwhelmed up here with all of the journey and the challenges that you might have to face in the 4. It's okay in the mind. It's all right. But don't let it overwhelm you, because again, you're going to feel it here physically. Your body will show you. The body will respond and talk to you. Sometimes it will scream at you what it needs you to know. So if you're having trouble with things, that you're having, issues digesting things, don't be surprised if you have an upset tummy, or you find yourself with some sort of funky little stomach virus or flu or whatnot. A lot of stuff can happen. Don't even get me started on what happens when we start talking about the kind of shit we can deal with, or whether or not we can deal with it, because that's going to go. People who are not flexible have issues with their neck and their hips and their knees. Think about these things in relation to your body, because your body is going to scream back at you whatever it is that you need to hear from it. So surrender to your role. It's going to be challenging, but don't take on too much that you stress yourself out. Stuff's going to come, and if it does, it's okay. One thing at a time, and breathe. Remember to breathe. Big deep breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth, Box breathing, I think, is 4 of each, right? 4 steps, four inhales, 4 breaths in, hold it. Hold it for 4? Yeah, 4 in, hold it for 4, breathe it out for 4, wait for 4. Box breathing, whatever you find, whatever kind of breathing, dragon breathing. Oh, there's lots of really cool breathing. Anyway, check it out, but add all of that in there too. Connections, prayer, meditation, breath work. All of this stuff matters for you. You are here for you and spirit, right? You are here for you and spirit, who are also here for creator. So that being said, spirit's here for you too. Here comes the brick. Can't make this stuff up. Look at the picture. Like, seriously? What was I just saying to everybody? Okay. Beyond. Today, I lift my consciousness above all worldly illusions. I remember the power I have in every situation. I always have a choice in how I respond. Today, I choose to turn my thoughts towards God. By focusing my awareness beyond the illusions of the material world, I experience simplicity and peace. I'm telling you, folks. We'll go in the comments, definitely. But here, we have one more card we want to pull, remember, from Art Through the Eyes of the Soul Oracle. Now, this deck is incredible. This artist, Cheryl Yambrick Rose, amazing, just amazing. I've had these a number of years, and I really, really love them. I don't use them a lot, but I do quite love them. And they were screaming at me from the shelf today, so we thought we'd better pull a card. We'll maybe do this a little more often too with other decks. So we're going to shuffle twice, apparently. Yep. And see what Spirit has to say from the eyes of the soul. All right. Being told to pick one. This one. It says, have hope for the future. New energies are coming in. Starseed Children. That's the name of this card. Starseed Children. Hold on here while I try and find it. Bear with me, folks. Yeah, beautiful. Okay. Here we are. Nurture the star child. Provide what is needed for the work. This bright being may be within your core family or within yourself. I'm going to guess it's probably you guys. Children have been incarnating to assist us in the planetary transitions to come. These starseeds have the mindset to deal with Earth's problems with new and innovative solutions. They carry knowledge from the more positive civilizations existing in outer and inner space. These children and adults can psychically read other people like a book and possess intuitive abilities that safeguard them from the attempts to manipulate them. They can be known by a detached but determined sense of purpose, as well as highly evolved talents in the arts and sciences. I think we're all star seeds who've now blossomed into star blossoms. But I do think that it somewhat speaks to here, surrendering to our rule. Many of us are star seeds, star blossoms, who are here to change this planet, right? To save it through our actions, our work on ourselves. The work that we do that is sometimes really overwhelming, but definitely necessary. knowing that we don't do it alone. We do it with spirit all the time, every time. Definitely. New hope this year, right? Light for the world and new hope for the future. The work we do today, these children will shape our future from. Remember that. So what a wonderful card reading. What a wonderful reading that is. Should we pull one more just cause? Yeah, okay, one more. Just cause. All right. This one. Take action. One more. Why not? Take action. Look at that. The return of Satanta. Interesting. Let's see what this one says. 76. All right, here we go. Past mistakes can be corrected. Transmute your history through positive action now. Create a more promising future. The legendary Irish hero Chulen's original name was Satanta. In self-defense, he killed the chief Chulan's favorite dog with a hurley ball. In recompense, Satanta offered his services as a replacement for the dog. He then became known as Cuchulainn, or Hound of Culann. In the painting, he has come back as a more evolved hero and an echo warrior. Having made peace with the dog, who is now his shamanic friend, he has returned to protect the ancient center of Tara as well as the other sacred sites from needless destruction and development. Again, it does kind of tie in, doesn't it, with the work we're doing for the future that we're building, the world full of light and love. Yeah, love this stuff, don't you? How very cool. All right, remember, shine your light bright tomorrow. Lots and lots of light, and then more light. Extra light, as much as you can do. The world needs us, right? Especially now. And there are a lot of people that are living in darkness that need our light to help find their way to it. So shine it bright for as long as possible, as much as possible, as bright as possible. I just love these Psychic Saturday nights. We got Georgie here with us tonight too. So yeah, enjoy. And if you do happen to participate, I hope you have a good time. I hope you have a good time, and I hope your team wins. Even though, we know. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. All right. Enjoy this fabulous Friday, or Saturday rather, in February. My goodness. I don't know what's going on. Yesterday was a really wonky day. I don't know if anybody had this experience or not, but I had all kinds of really interesting scheduling conflicts and changes and postponements and all kinds of stuff and glitches, internet glitches and all kinds of things. This might be going on for a little while even as things sort of start to settle themselves down, but nonetheless, just keep yourself focused on the right things and where you want to be. And I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful week ahead. And we'll see you next Saturday, the day after Valentine's Day, on the 15th of February. Enjoy this wonderful week ahead. God bless everybody. Take care. See you next time. Thanks for joining me.